What's up, y'all? It's your boy Mercy, and I'm back today with another video. This is...
I'm Babe Thomas.
Yes, and we are going to share with you guys our home buying process. So y'all buckle up. Talk to y'all step by step, each thing, each crevice we can get, so that y'all have the smoothest home buying process possible. So Babe's gonna tell y'all how we found our realtor.
Our realtor was Shatavia Renee. Check her out at Shatavia something, Facebook, Instagram, all that. She's awesome.
Right.
Awesome. And we actually I connected with her from my high school. I know her in childhood, and I, watched her on Facebook, and she was doing big things, and I know her person, so I was like, yeah, Shatavia. Let's call her.
Yeah. And not insulting y'all intelligence, but if you don't know what a realtor is in the home buying process, the realtor is the person like the middleman. The realtor connects you with the buyer's agent, and they talk and they tell you, all the things that you need to know. They get you your viewings. They're the ones with you when you're looking at the house. They're the ones probably with you at the closing table. So yeah, our realtor was pretty, she was pretty knowledgeable.
She was.
She pretty much, told us about the things that we had to watch out for, things that were coming up. So yeah, I think we had a great realtor.
Yeah, she really did.
Okay, so we didn't number the steps just now, but first step, find you a realtor, right? Find you a good realtor, someone with experience, no offense, but find someone with, some years of experience, not nobody that just got into it because
they ain't gonna know that.
They ain't gonna know nothing. They ain't gonna be able to tell you anything. Yeah. So find a realtor that has been doing this for quite some time. Yeah. Cause you're gonna have questions and you're gonna wanna know. I will say we got our realtor. She had, like I said, a lot of lenders. She had experience, but we didn't know what was coming. So
lenders something else.
They are very something else. Really something else. And if you look at my other video, I gave y'all a little preview on how the lenders were with me being a travel nurse, and that is really what took us through the ringer. You want to talk about it?
Ooh, Jesus, yeah. You travel nurses, y'all. So you try and go where that bag is. And while going where that bag is, you have different companies. You just don't travel with one company. Yeah. So you can have just using that as an example, you can have just different kind of lenders, y'all. I mean, not lenders, but different kind of travel agencies. Yeah. So it looks bad whenever you're trying to buy a house. Mm-hmm. You can get a house with travel, but you have to stay with that same agent. So let's take IF for example. If he was with IF for 3 years, wouldn't be no problem, but the lenders gave us hell, to say the least. I mean, they go through and they fine tooth comb everything. I mean, you're doing something you got no business. Hey, what you doing? Hey,
Yes.
You still at that job? You still doing this? You still doing that? So yeah, if you're trying to buy a home, make sure that you get stable income for a year or so. Now, it's different things that you can do. You can always go full time or do other things or whatever, but it's doable. But just be mindful that you want to stay in your job for at least 2 years. Be very mindful. Yeah, you got to stay in your job for at least 2 years. And if you are a business owner, make sure you file out all of your, your business stuff. That way you can actually put it down towards your house. Because if you don't have it, I guess, officially on papers, it don't matter. It don't count.
Won't count.
It does not count.
Won't count. If you're not a travel nurse and you're just somebody who just want to buy a house, main things, you're still gonna need a realtor. Takeaways from this, and you're still gonna have to find a lender. Lenders, like you said, still gonna want to see consistent income. Mm-hmm. Now, once you got the income piece, you got the realtor. You want to have excellent credit. You want to have best credit that you can have because the higher your credit score, the better.
The more money.
And the more money.
The more money.
Just give me my money. Circling back around to the lenders. So we talked about realtor, get you a lender. Now, I recommend, I'm sure Bay agrees, get multiple lenders, because multiple lenders, you know, sometimes one will give you this amount, sometimes this one will give you that amount, sometimes they offer different perks. So I would say get a pre-approved with 3 lenders. You know, your credit is not going to be hit. They hit it one time and then they don't hit it anymore. They give you like, I think it's like 60 to 90 days.
For them just to hit it repetitiously and it not matter.
And it not matter. So shop around. You know, you have that right. You know, this is who you're going to be paying your money to. So shop around and see what lender best fits your needs. You don't have to go with the first lender that approves you.
Right. And they will also give you a different amount of money. Like you can have the same exact income, but you may go over here to lender A and they may offer you, let's just say $350,000. You may go over to lender B and they only offer you $190,000. It's all about what they think you can afford. So, you know, you just really want to like shop around, because it's really just like buying something, you know, like you get more bang for your buck. You know, it's all about what you're trying to offer. That does apply when it comes to like down payment assistance, if you're trying to get down payment assistance, you know, but I do know that different stipulations apply with different lenders, you know, so just don't put all your eggs in one basket. Do not, you know, just go with your realtor's lenders, because they be taking a long time.
I mentioned they do. I mentioned in my other video, they will ghost you. Like, you will not hear from them anymore. And it's cool. It's nothing personal. We're going to move right along.
Yeah, you just call up some other people, because they may not know what to do, but you call somebody else. They know exactly how to handle it.
Somebody can help you. Somebody can help you.
Okay, so you have found your realtor. You have found your lender. So you finally locked in on one. They kind of done crunch a few numbers for you. And you say, okay, yeah, we're going to go with this person here. So you got your pre-approval. You know, that's step 1. You can literally go shopping now.
Looking at houses, right. Because once they give you a pre-approval number, that tells you how much house you can afford, basically. If you ain't never had nobody in your business, be ready, okay? Because these people are going to look through everything. And you mentioned that earlier, but they're going to look through every bank account. You know, you moved the money, this a big amount of money over here. Oh, sir, we noticed you moved that, you know. What is that about? You know, I mean, they're going to look at everything. So make sure your ducks are in a row. You know, make sure you can account for all the money that's coming into your account, out of your account. I mean, they just going to be looking at a fine-tune comb. A pre-approval is not an approval, because they have to go back, it has to go under underwriting, and, you know, but it is, you know, it's pretty solid, as long as no drastic changes happen. Like, you don't go buy stuff and that's another thing I want to touch on. When you get pre-approved, you cannot buy anything. You cannot buy any
get a car.
Cars. You cannot get anything on your credit, because
we was this close to getting some furniture.
We thought about it.
We want that. Yeah, but you just like,
it's about
baby, you know what we forgot? The type of loans, conventional and FHA.
Oh, yes. So, you have different types of loans. You have VA loans, you have FHA loans, you have conventional loans. FHA is like a first-time home buyer loan where you only have to put down 3.5. You have to put at least 3.5% down. With a conventional loan, you don't have to put down that much. It just kind of goes off of your credit and, you know, the numbers that they run.
FHA, like, what's PMI with the FHA? You know,
private mortgage loan?
You have to keep it, right, with the FHA loan versus the conventional. Once you put down that 20%, it just falls off.
It falls off. But I mean, with FHA, you can get rid of PMI too.
Oh,
you just put down. If you put down 20%, you don't have to worry about your PMI. Okay. So yes, that's a good point he brought up. So when it comes to down payments, it's all about, you know, what you're willing to do. Now, PMI, a lot of people don't know, is private mortgage insurance, and that basically just protects the lender. Like, say for instance, you can't pay for the house at some point. That protects the bank. It doesn't protect you. So it's like an extra security for them. And if they see that you have a certain amount of debt and you're not putting down a certain amount of money, it's like a red flag to them. And they need an extra level of security to say, okay, we can give you this money.
Right.
So if you don't have 20% at least to put down on a house, be prepared to pay private mortgage insurance. Now, we'll be transparent and say we have, private mortgage insurance. We knew better, but we do plan to get rid of our private mortgage insurance very quickly. Rather quickly, but if you can avoid it, I would say avoid it.
Yeah, please,
I would say
put that 20% down.
I would say put 20% down. And I mean, we put a good chunk down. That's crazy.
Whoa!
We put a good chunk down, so I mean, I'm really proud of what we put down. But yeah, avoid PMI at all costs. Where were we at before we talked about PMI? Oh, put stuff on your credit.
Yeah, put stuff on your credit.
Yeah, you can't buy nothing. Of course,
don't go shopping.
Just
don't go shopping.
Just chill.
But no major stuff,
Yeah.
Anything over $1,000, just wait.
Just wait till after y'all close and you got that straight.
Yeah.
So you got your lender, you got your pre-approval. You went and looked at houses, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tell them about how a house looking and how that was kind of frustrating. Because that was a process in itself, just looking at the houses.
Well, you're so frustrated because while you going through the underwriting process, you already looking at houses, even though you're not supposed to. But you underwriting, you seeing what's on the market, seeing what you can get. And you're seeing all these houses that you potentially want, and you will wake up in the morning and they're contingent, which means someone else is going through the process of securing that house. Can't do nothing about it. I mean, so I would say wait until you get your pre-approval. Say, hey, you're pre-approved for this amount. Then go on to realtor.com, the Zillow and the other apps, start shopping, because house shopping can be very nerve-wracking. We went to look at one house. Can you tell them about that, baby?
The first one? Yeah.
The first
one. Oh, you want me to tell them about it?
It don't matter. Go ahead.
So we went to the first house. This house, it was an older house, but you could tell they had done some things to it. The backyard was like a resort. I mean, trees galore. It was nice. It was very nice.
Outdoor kitchen.
Yes.
Guest
grill. Everything. Like, it was, the backyard was the highlight of the house for me. The backyard. And so we were so engulfed in the backyard that we were willing to put in, little repair, because the house was older. It had carpet. It was an older house.
It needed some paint. It needed some work.
Yeah, it needed some work, but we were willing to do that for the backyard that we were getting. Big backyard.
Nice.
It had a whole, what was that thing called? Like the little building in the back, like with a pool table. And
yeah, it had like a guest house with like pool table, storage. I got a video. Like, will that be against the law to post? Because it's sold now, so I don't know. We'll do our homework, but if it's not against the law, we may post a video of it.
But yes,
nice house.
Very nice house. And I can't remember what we was talking about. We was really having a hard time. I can't even remember what we was having a hard time deciding on.
Well, we actually went on ahead and put an offer in for this house, because I love this house, and they was feeling it too. And so we had already came to terms that we were gonna paint, do whatever, because the house just was so nice or whatever. So we put an offer in for it, exactly what they asked for. Our realtor was like, yeah, y'all might get this house because nobody else put an offer in that is ready to buy now, essentially. Everyone else was waiting upon their house to get, sold, and then they was gonna put an offer in or something like that. So we went to sleep. I'm like, actually I was at work. This night. So I stayed up just looking at this house, just flipping through the pictures, just, oh my God, this is our house. Well, that next morning, our realtor called us and was like, someone put a cash offer in. And if you don't know anything about cash offers, they are your worst nightmare if you are trying to finance. Because you have the seller that has someone saying, hey, I have cash money right here. We don't gotta go through the bank. We gotta wait for no check. You gotta do all this stuff. It holds so much weight. It can even come down a few $1,000s because I'm ready to write the check right now. So we got overbid, or whatever that term is.
Outbid it.
by someone who had a cash offer. So dreams just crushed. So we started looking for new houses. So
right. And I just remember what it was. So okay, when you get your pre-approval, right? Y'all follow us. You got your pre-approval. You're looking at houses. Some houses are as is, and some houses they will agree to pay for repairs. So if you get the inspection, you gotta get a house inspection. So you get the house. You say, okay, I like this house. You put in an offer, whatever. You get an inspection. They're gonna tell you up front this house is as is. If they say it's as is, they're not fixing anything.
Not a thing.
Anything could be wrong with that. They're not fixing it. Fact check me, but I believe FHA loans, they're gonna want you to fix that stuff because it's a first time home buyer program. Now conventional loans, you kind of free with that.
Yeah.
You can kind of like
that's one part of conventional. You can kind of buy whatever house you want. FHA, you really gotta if something going on with the air conditioning unit or the roof, FHA ain't gonna try and finance you. It's like
but that can work in your favor, but it also can work against you because, like he was saying, you got a seller, and if somebody's coming up saying, "Okay, well, I'll buy the house however it is," and then you got somebody else over here who's got an FHA loan who's saying, "No, we're not paying for that." You're gonna go with the person who
go with that conventional
give you the less hassle. So it could be a curse, it could be a blessing, but just keep that in mind that as is means you got to be prepared to pay whatever is wrong with the house. Yeah. Now you can use your judgment because I would say that was something that was like a little scary for me because it was the first house and I was like, oh God, this old house. I don't know what if. I think it was termites.
Yeah,
it was termites. I was like,
it didn't have termites.
It didn't
so
have.
We were scared, because termites are hard,
Yeah.
Somebody come check around the house, and your house may still very much still have termites sometimes.
Did we get a inspection
for here?
No, for that other house.
No, we didn't.
We never found out because they had already outbid us. Yeah, they already outbid. But that's one of the things that had me because it was like as is. So anything, keep in mind, anything that's wrong with the house, you will be responsible for it. So that was one thing that had me. But like I said, you can use your judgment. If the house is built in 2021, 2023, like this house was built in 2020, I mean,
due diligence. Like, even if the house is as is,
due diligence.
You may run into a problem. Well, not even a problem. You may have like a certain amount of time to figure out what's going on. Like you put your offer in, they say, okay, your due diligence period is, let's say 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Within that 2 weeks period, you need to go and get your inspections done. All that stuff, so you can know exactly what's going on with the house.
Yes.
Now, after you get your inspection done and you say, hey, I don't want this house no more, all your inspection money goes out the window. All your earnest money, if you put any earnest money down on the house, that goes out the window as well. So at least you kind of know before you have to kind of put your name to a contract. After you say, I want to put an offer in. So putting an offer in that's not saying, hey, we're going to for sure get the house. But we want to go ahead and move forward with inspections and seeing what's wrong with the house and see if there's something we really want,
Really want, right. I mean, and keep in mind, you won't get to the inspection piece until they accept your offer. So it's not like other people are still bidding with you. Like once you get to that, it's like, okay, they want your offer.
And you gotta pay that earnest money.
And you gotta
earnest money will do it.
You gotta pay that earnest money. That's kind of what seals the deal.
Yeah, once you pay your earnest money, it says, okay, this y'all slot, work some stuff out and
Still doesn't mean it's gonna be your house, but it's like nobody else can look at it right now. So with the first house they outbid us, they brought cash. I think we both agree that I think it was a sign from God because I remember praying about it because it was so much like we couldn't decide, and I had prayed and I was like, God, if this is gonna be our house, make it happen, let it happen, and somebody just came around with the gas over,
Let down, Lord.
So I
blow my wig off with the news. I'm like.
I truly do believe, that was God because we prayed the same prayer at this house. So, I mean,
Yeah, he did that.
It went our house.
He gave us exactly what we needed.
Yeah, he did.
We talk about that all the time. He gave us exactly what we needed.
And we realized after moving, we'll get back to the steps, but we realized after moving in this house, because we were so blinded by the backyard, but we realized after moving in this house, it was minimal stuff we did here.
Yeah.
But it's like, we still be tired. We still be tired doing stuff here. It's like,
and I still feel we got a lot more to do.
It's
livable. It's nice,
but it's like that house.
We would have been tied.
We would have been still working on the house.
I would have been at work right now.
Because it was so much. Like I said, it was older house, had carpet. I mean, it was so much. The cabinets were old and dated. It was a lot. So
had wallpaper.
We was like, what color you want the wallpaper to be? I was like, I don't know. We gotta take that wallpaper down.
Wallpaper.
The wallpaper was terrible. We were looking past that though. But like I said, God makes no mistakes.
Yeah.
So
thankful to him.
So thankful. So basically, that was our first disappointment, right? We done went through all this stuff with finding the lender, getting the approval. Then you get to the house process, people outbidding you. So that's like the second hurdle you got to get through, right? So the second house we looked at, what was the other houses we looked at? We looked at a few other houses, but none of them really spoke to us.
We took out like 3 of them the first time, and then we had 3 more set up, which was this was one of them, right?
Right.
The first thing was Taichi.
They were very small. They were nice.
They was nice,
but they were small.
You call for you at the back door.
Yeah.
And
that taught me too, like, just keep looking. Don't like get the first, because you're gonna see some nice houses.
They were new too.
Yeah, they were new. But just keep looking. Like, really look. Be careful what house you count out too.
Yeah, exactly. I learned that.
Be careful what house you count out. So we had 3 houses?
3 houses the first time.
What was it? 3 houses that we had lined. This was the third one? This house was the third? What was it?
This was our third choice, yeah. But we ended up seeing this house, the second one, right? Second one, our first one.
This was the first house we came to.
We didn't went to the other house right down the street first?
Which one we went to first? I thought we came to this one first. I thought we came, and we was like, oh yeah, this
okay,
is
yeah.
and then we went to the other one.
So yeah, this is our third choice whenever we looked through the pictures. And then whenever we first came and saw it, it was the first house we saw on that day.
Yeah.
And to say that this house is our third choice, we was like, yeah, we need this one.
Yeah. I don't know what it was. It was like a switch.
We need this one.
But we had counted this house out.
Yeah.
Y'all pitched that. We counted this house out. We was like, oh yeah, it ain't gonna be that one. It's gonna probably be these 2.
Mm-hmm.
We got here. And that's another tip. Like, don't just kind of house out because you're looking at it online. Like, go look. If there's an inkling of you liking it, go look at it in person. Because we have been looked at this house online with all the other houses. Like, this one ain't really hitting.
It was like one of the first houses we even looked at.
It was one of the first houses we looked at, and we were just like, it's nice. But when we got here,
it was like, oh, this thing's nice.
It's really nice. And I think another thing that helped us is that, the sellers were actually here. We could actually talk to them.
Good.
Because you don't see that every
That was
day.
so good.
And none of the others, we had that case.
I thought it was going to be a little homophobia.
I don't think they were.
I thought it was going to be a little homophobia, but...
She gave, I'm with it.
Yeah, she gave cool vibes.
Yeah.
But, you never know with folks,
You never know.
But
you never know.
after we got our, after they accepted our offer, that was amazing.
Yeah. Oh my God, I remember that like it was yesterday.
That was amazing.
Yeah. Because she wasn't really giving no, she wasn't really
giving no. That's why I thought she was a little homophobic.
I'm like, okay, God.
She was a little homophobic, y'all. I'm going to say, I thought she was a little homophobic.
Yeah.
But she accepted our offer the same exact day.
Same day.
We put an offer in, and we bribed her a little bit. We offered her, what, 15 or 10,000 more?
10,000 more than what they were listing it for.
So bribe them folks.
Yeah.
You really want that house, even if it's like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, because you don't want to get into something called a bidding war. You don't want to get into that whole little thing, because just as easy as we came and saw that house that day, it was like 2 other people that had this scheduled for the same exact day. But after we put our offer in, and it was a few thousands more than what they wanted for it, it was okay, go ahead and accept that right now. We didn't even want to show nobody else the house. Right. So that was...
and that's literally what happened.
Yeah, that was so awesome.
Yes. Now keep in mind, when y'all looking at houses, these people know how much their houses are worth. We already know how much this is worth. It was worth like 30,000 more than what it was listed for.
Equity.
So they already know how much the houses were, and usually if the house is really nice, they know people want it. So like they'll list it low, and then they'll start taking offers.
Offer more.
Who's gonna give them the best offer? So just keep that in mind as well.
Stick a pin right here. Even if you offer $20,000 extra, once you put that offer in, of course they're gonna accept it. but you're gonna get the house appraised still.
You're gonna get the price. Yes,
So
that's a good point.
So
that's
the appraisal and what you offering, you can go back and tell them, look, we got this house appraised. It ain't worth $500,000 what I offered you.
Mm-hmm.
They say we can give you 480 something for it. So do you want to negotiate that? Or you, like, what you want to do? Because I'm going to tell you right now, your financing is not going to pay for a house that appraises less than, they're not going to pay that unless you come out of pocket.
That's a really good point. So that was another hurdle. So,
Yeah.
not really a hurdle. It was
You just find another financing.
It was just, well, no, we were good at that point. We were good. We just didn't know. Yeah, we were already good at that point. We just didn't know how much it was going to appraise because we offered, like you said, more.
Oh yeah, that was nerve-wracking. Like,
so
my God.
We didn't know if it was going to be like, we didn't know if we offered this and it's really less. And so if you do have that problem, you have to pay the difference because the bank is not going to give you more money than what the house is worth. They're losing money. So you're going to have to pay the difference, or you're going to have to go back to the sellers and be like, hey, bro, this house is not worth this. Let's talk about it. Now they don't have to do it. They don't.
But if they're smart, they will.
But if they're smart, they will because nobody's gonna pay for it.
Nobody's not gonna pay for
That's
it.
That's more than it's worth.
Only someone who's doing like a cash offer, but
or if they got money, gonna do extra stuff.
Yeah,
I guess, but yeah. So
they're not gonna do it.
Keep that in mind too.
But in our case, we offered them 15 extra thousand, and we got a shitload of equity.
Yes,
so, very good.
Yes,
very good.
Yes, the Lord was on our side.
It was. I swear.
So after we got gotta get your appraisal, get your home inspection, all that came back good. There was no major stuff with the inspection, so that was good. Roof is the main thing to look at. Roof,
number
HVAC,
one, HVAC. Number two,
plumbing. Those are big things that you want to look at. Those are like deal breaker for me.
When the house was built, electrical.
Yes.
If it was built in 18-something lead, all that stuff got to be inspected.
I think it's like before 1960. If it's built before then, it's lead is a concern. Mm-hmm. So keep those things in mind. But all that came back good for us. I think after that, we did the appraisal. After that, we had to go through the final underwriting process. So they're going back to the money.
Earning your money.
They're going to tell you how much you got to bring to closing. If you got to bring anything at all. Sometimes, we didn't mention this, but sometimes the sellers will pay your closing costs. Sometimes they won't.
That ain't our portion.
But that ain't our portion. If it's a competitive house, they're probably not going to pay for closing because people want the house. Now, if it's been
simple as that.
Yeah. Now, if the house has been sitting on for a while and they just trying to get rid of the house, they may pay for closing. But the house been on there 2 days, they're not paying for your closing.
Our house been on there for 7 days.
It was on like 7 days. Yeah.
So yeah, we paying for our closing.
We paying for. But we did very well. I mean, it wasn't anything crazy. It was. I think it was pretty smooth. I mean, looking back now, because most people be like, "Your process was so short." I'm like, it felt like it was forever.
I swear. Oh my gosh.
But we started like July. We was in the house by September. Yeah. So I guess it was. But that was pretty much it, y'all. We got the money for closing. Our down payment. We already knew what we was gonna put on our down payment, and then you set your closing date. You get your key.
Hallelujah. Actually, whenever we came to do our final walkthrough that morning.
Oh yeah.
Like we did our final walkthrough, and our realtor was like, "Y'all want the key?" It was like, "What?"
We got the key in. So
it's like, it's your house.
Yeah.
It's your house.
We got the key in.
Yeah.
So
our money was turned in, so we just had to sign papers,
Technically, we did pay the money ahead. We did pay it ahead. Because we just wanted to be we did pay it. But usually you pay it at closing, but you can pay it at time. That was our process.
Turn your money in, get your keys.
So have your money straight, have your credit right. Make sure your employment match. Like make sure everything match. I mentioned this in my last video. Don't make $30,000 one year and $100 the next. Like you need to be balanced. Mm-hmm. And if you are gonna make $100 the next year after you make the 30, make that third year closer to the 100 so that they can say, okay, he's going
more on the higher side.
Yes. Right. Don't be like dips and and that's for any job.
Make $20,000 one year, $80,000 the next, $30,000 the next. Yeah. Man, what's going on with you?
They ain't gonna know what to give you, child. They ain't gonna know what money. You can't buy nothing for $20,000. So So
You give them 150.
Really? What you can buy with that?
You can buy a house.
I guess you can buy a
150.
small one.
Yeah.
Where? I mean, what it gonna look like?
A show called
A trailer?
Little House on the Prairie.
Little House on the Prairie.
That one.
Okay.
Kind of fix it up, a fixer upper.
You have to buy. You have to have money to fix it. Oh.
You are horrible, man.
I'm just saying. I mean, it's true.
You will have, you will have to. But I feel like if you're gonna buy a small house, just look at the newspaper and get a foreclosed home. Spend $8,000, 10, something like that. Don't finance. I'm not gonna tell you to do with your money, but
Not
you
that
can easily
much.
get a
Not that much. No.
Foreclosed house.
Yeah.
I will not dare spend $150,000 on a home I can go spend for $10,000.
Right.
Just make it a project.
Right.
Spend $10,000 for the home. Spend another $10,000 fixing it up, and you got no mortgage.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Just gotta have the money to fix it up.
I mean, I'd rather you save the money than versus getting a $150,000 mortgage or
Right. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Don't do that. Silly rabbit. Okay.
Oh my goodness! But all in all, for me, you can tell them how this impacted you. But for me, I grew up in the projects all my life, so buying a home has always been something I wanted to do. It was definitely a life-changing moment for me, and I just want to encourage somebody out there. If you haven't bought a home, you aspiring to buy a home, it is possible. You can do this.
Mm-hmm.
You got this. Just make sure you have your ducks in a row. Do the things ahead of time so that when you get to that point, you ready. Get rid of your debts. Get that credit straight and get in your bag.
Get in your bag, please, Hit.
Get in your bag.
Yeah, that's number one.
Like a grandma with a peppermint.
A grandma with a peppermint, a butterscotch.
Butterscotch! Good old butterscotch.
Grandma with a butterscotch.
Right. How does it make you?
Okay, this is my first time going through the whole financing thing, just like I mentioned, the whole flipper-uppers. I know that. I know that, but this whole mortgage and getting a lender and all this underwriting, that whole process, the realtor, that is all new to me. So I kind of share the same thing. Even though I did grow up in a home, it always is very comforting getting something that you never had before. And I know my mom, she always wanted a brick house. She always wanted like a big brick house. She always talked about that. And we have a big brick house.
Right?
So that is a sense of fulfillment for me. I actually went, not to say beyond what my parents wanted, but kind of something that I wanted for myself. And I know my mom, she's proud of it, and my dad is proud of it too.
Yes, indeed.
So that brings me a lot of joy.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh. So y'all, we are homeowners. That is our path to home ownership. I hope something in this video helped y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And until we see each other again, y'all know what to do. Y'all be good.
Be good.